In this video, we want to talk about hosting capacity in PowerFactory. So the hosting capacity is the capacity of one feeder for being the host for some power new DR, new DGs. So for that, we need an example. Here, we can select the wind farm example and execute this one. Then you will have this example. So in this example, we have a grid that is connected to a couple of wind farms, and we can execute the hosting capacity for this system. So from the toolbox here, select the distribution network analysis. Then you will have a couple of options here. This option here is hosting capacity analysis. If you click on that, here you see the hosting capacity window. So here you should select which site or feeder or bus bar you want to analyze. So by clicking on this one and select, here we have wind farm as a feeder, click OK. And then here you have a couple of options for the constraints that you want to have to analyze. So the first option is thermal limits, voltage limits, protection limits, and power quality limits. So we can check voltage limits, thermal limits, and power quality limits, for example. And then they are the constraints, and you should specify from these constraints tab here. So here we have the thermal limits. It's checked that, okay, if we add one new power source in one of the bus bars or increase the capacity of one of the wind farms here, wind turbines here, how much the thermal limits can make the constraints. So the maximum thermal loading for component, we put it 100%. Then we have the voltage limits. So 5% reduction in the voltage and 5% increase in the voltage is the limits for being the host of a new distribution system. Here we have the voltage limit for feeders, for drop and rise values. Here we have the protections. We cannot see anything because we didn't check. So if we check here and back here, we can see a couple of options for protection. For example, a relay fuse, current change, and because sometimes you have the setting for overcurrent relay and you don't want to change the fuses. So we uncheck this one because we don't have so much fuses here. And here we have the power quality. So this is the total harmonic distortion. We limit it to 5% based on the Git codes. Then if we click on the configuration here, because we have the harmonic power quality analysis, here we should put the harmonic contribution for the new DRs as an example. So by clicking on select type here, in the examples, we have a new values for the harmonic. So you can see here, this harmonic for one example of the wind farm. So we can click that. So we checking right now what will happen if we put one wind farm as a 2.5 megawatts somewhere. Then here we have the iterations, advanced, parallel, and output. So we don't play with them. If we click execute, then we done the hosting capacity analysis. If we want to see the output here, hosting capacity report, if we click, here we can see the report for hosting capacity. So voltage is 5%, THD 5%, and the loading 90%. Execute. And here we can see the output for the hosting capacity. So we have different terminals, different bus bars here. So the maximum active power that they can have is 0.9 megawatts. Then the loading will be 99%, and the maximum THD will be 1%.